for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a wall. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
The Pennzoil Truck Series is back in action here at the 1.5-mile oval in Hampton, Georgia, the Atlanta Motor Speedway, for the Pepsi 250 Under the Lights. It should be a wild race. We've seen wild races here at Atlanta in the past. On the pole is Keyshawn Richardson in the 21 truck. To his outside is the 44 Stephen Taylor. Then third we have Landon Lyons. Fourth is Mathis Wells, running out the top five with Oliver Galloway. Then to his outside, brother Jake in sixth. Seventh place we have Jack Canaramo, Derek Bouchard in eighth. Ninth is Keith Stevens, running out the top 10. Mike Burrow in the number 20. The rest of the field, there's Blake Peters to his inside, Danny Bright. Then behind them, Michael Sanders and Marshall Burrow. Then Cynthia Bright with Max Rossi second in points. Then you have Roland Cook and Tim Randolph. Behind them, Trey Rain, who kickstarted a championship run here at Atlanta in season number 1, to his outside Matt Hamill in the 7. Then behind them, Jay Jefferson and Riley Spurley along with Danny Lloyd and Anthony Hernandez. Then there's Racer and Luke Rainey. Greg Lee with Ricky Miller, our points leader. Then we have Eli Tomlin and Reese Bennett. Francis Dustin with Anton Charlebois. Then Daniel Price and Lawrence Pallenpon. And in the final row, rounding out the field, Jonathan Buford in the 07, who's outside the 31 of Colucci, who will start 36th here tonight. That's our starting lineup for the Pepsi 250 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's get going with our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines.
And there's the command to fire the 36 engines up here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Pepsi 250 Under the Lights. As Keyshawn Richardson and Stephen Taylor roll off the starting grid, they will start on the front row for tonight's Pennzoil Truck Series race. We've already seen a wild season, already seen an unpredictable season. This race has been unpredictable in the past, much like most Atlanta races in any series we go to. As it's going to be one wild race, we'll see double foul most of the race, 3 wide at points as well, and some carnage if they get 4 wide or get a little close together. 25 laps of action here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. The pace truck to pit road, leaving the field in the hands of Keyshawn Richardson, who has the pole for tonight's event. To the restart zone he comes into, and we are green at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. They already fan out triple foul, but the lead lap once. Landon Lyons in the 4 truck. Down low now, Oliver Galloway breaks low. For that race leader, so 3 wide behind for second. Keith Stevens in the 25 coming forward with help from Danny Bright. And there are 4 wide back there already. And around they're going to go to the wall. And up and over goes. It looks like the 47 Roland Cook. Eli Tomlin and others around. Early caution flag. And we have a truck upside down. Jay Jefferson, Daniel Price also involved. Racing back down to the yellow flag. Oliver Galloway out front of the 00. Danny Bright in second. It's going to be Oliver Galloway to lead back to the yellow flag after a scary crash in turns 1 and 2 where the 47 Roland Cook goes up and over and barrel rolls multiple times. Yellow is out early on here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll see what happens. Caution is out for a wreck in turn 1, 2, and they wreck again. Under the yellow flag, they have wrecked. It's a big one. Reese Bennett, Luke Rainey. The 4 as well, Landon Lyons. Jack Canaramo. Oh, that's not what you want to have happen. You just race back, you had avoided the crash, and now you're involved in a big crash, and your day likely over. Jonathan Buford's damage. So the yellow comes out for a crash involving the 47 and some others, and then another crash under the yellow flag, going to take out a few more trucks. So we'll see what happens at the caution flag, then we'll see what happened under the yellow flag. They just got close and 4 wide right here. Not what you want to do. Jonathan Buford down low. Daniel Price along with, I think the 17 is there. Danny Lloyd. There's the contact with the 23 and the 07. Up the track they go. They get Danny Lloyd, who gets into Roland Cook. And then that pirouette, that 47 does a barrel roll there in the air. Then Eli Tomlin, Lawrence Pallenpon, and Jay Jefferson nowhere to go. Right there, the 47 up off the ground. Luckily lands back on all 4 tires. It's still a scary incident for the 47 of Roland Cook, as he goes flipping and takes some pretty hard damage there as well, as he hit pretty hard into the wall. Right here, another look at it. Yeah, they can see that truck just got squeezed in the wall. Almost goes completely up and over because of him getting squeezed into the wall. Luckily, though, it just tumbles a little bit and then gets back going again. But then up at under the yellow flag, they're racing back here. Here they are 3 wide, coming back to the caution flag, and they will take the caution right here. Luke Rainey down the bomb lane. Landon Lyons won the ball. Jack Cameron as well. As they fan out 3 wide, they're slowing it down to get back to the caution flag. And right here... Oh! There were multiple parts of that. Keyshawn Richardson turned down to Luke Rainey, and behind them they had even more contact as the 5 of Reese Bennett somehow got hit and all that. Looking at this, it looks like Luke Rainey got turned. Keyshawn Richardson, the 21, just turns down to Luke. And then that gets Jack Cameron, who had nowhere to go, and then behind them, Reese Bennett in the 5 makes contact with Landon Lyons and some others. How did this happen? Looks like, I'm trying to tell, is that Jake Galloway who got down into Reese Bennett, and then they came up and they got other trucks. That's just unacceptable. What some of these drivers did under this yellow flag, getting up and turning other drivers. That is unacceptable, the way this caution period went. Oliver Galloway led them back as he was out front. Luckily, with all the chaos that happened behind him, he leads back to the green flag as well with an undamaged race truck. Coming back to the restart, lap number 7, Oliver Galloway out front, the 0-0. Jay Jefferson out from the crash, and Luke Rainey knows he's got to be furious with Keyshawn Richardson because he's out from the damage he sustained under the yellow flag. Roland Cook still left in the race, but he's a lap down 34th, so the truck that went flipping, he's going to be very slow, obviously. 33 trucks on the lead lap to restart here. Oliver Galloway out front, the 0-0. Danny Brighton second, third is Michael Sanders, fourth Tim Randolph, fifth Trey Rainey. Set to restart 7th was Riley Sprague, who he's on the apron with some issues, so he'll fall back and he'll be out of this lead draft. Hopefully get a caution flag there, but we have so many damage trucks that are going to restart in the middle of the field, like the 11, like this 4. The 47 is there, the 5 is there, so that's going to be interesting to see if they could get out of the way or if they're going to be holding up the field. So to the restart zone they come. We're back racing here at Atlanta. So Oliver Galloway gets a good jump there over Danny Bright and the others behind. Now we'll see to turn 1 how slow. There's that 47 already breaking out of the line. He's very slow. Right there, that allows a few to get away. Derek Bouchard get by, but look at them trying to find a way around this 47 Roland Cook. They're going to finally go to the inside, but that's a tough break that slowed up a ton of drivers. Mathis Wells on the outside getting caught along with Marshall Burrow. Looks like Jonathan Beefer as well. They race down the backstretch. Trucks getting down to the bottom lane, getting on by. But up at the front of the field, Oliver Galloway controlling this race lead. As to second comes Tim Randolph, Keith Stevens third. And how about Anthony Hernandez breaking low in the 13 truck. 3 wide for that second position. Down the front stretch. Where's Greg Lee going? The 14. Hernandez backs out of that 3 wide. Lets the 25 out of the room. There's Sprague. He leaves the pits, but now is a lap down, so that 60 truck. Riley Sprague not going to have a shot to win here tonight unless something major happens. Down the backstretch, the pack trying to get formed back together, but all the damage trucks kind of holding up the trucks behind as they now go 3 wide for the third position. Greg Lee to the bottom lane, the 14 truck. In the middle, Anthony Hernandez. Up top, falls back Tim Randolph in the 41. Stevens all over the back now. The 0-0 of Oliver Galloway. Looking to the inside down this front stretch. Stevens to the inside of Galloway to turn 1. Trying to get beside and get by. Keith Stevens going to clear through 1 and 2. Now Greg Lee in the 14 coming with the run. Down low. Now Lee going to try to take that run to the bottom lane of the 25. Down this backstretch of the race. Side by side. Greg Lee on the bottom lane. Keyshawn Richardson behind the 21. Our pole sitter. Through 3 and 4. Greg Lee going to clear. Keyshawn Richardson going to clear. Trey Rainey in the 18 coming low. He's looking 3 wide, but Richardson blocks that spot off nicely. Now Keyshawn Richardson looking to try and clear through 1 and 2. Greg Lee up top. Going to fall back as Richardson clears. Trey Rainey going to clear in the second position. Michael Sanders in the 77 coming for that second position as they look down the backstretch. Trey Rainey going to try to get to the middle lane here, but the 21 stays there blocking that. Richardson going to clear and block down the bottom lane as the 77 to Michael Sanders coming. And right now this is only about a 9-truck race at the front because these drivers back here, they cannot close in. They're obviously out of the draft, so they have to hope for these drivers to get slowed down or for a yellow to come out. As for the lead, Anthony Hernandez beside the 21, of Keyshawn Richardson. Tim Randolph through the second, Oliver Galloway through the third. As down the backstretch, Randolph looks for the race lead now, and Anthony Hernandez down this backstretch to turn 3. Through 3 and 4, Tim Randolph going to try and clear right here as Oliver Galloway is giving the push to that 41. Off turn 4, the 41 moves up now the 0-0 to the bottom lane. Down this front stretch, side by side. Oliver Galloway going to try to take it to turn 1. They're 3 wide further back. Keyshawn Richardson to the middle lane. Up top, Anthony Hernandez. Down low, Keith Stevens. As Oliver Galloway clears to take the race lead. Now here comes Danny Bright in the 88. And I think they have a lap truck. They have a few lap trucks ahead. Jack Kinaramo and Roland Cook are severely off pace. About 30 miles an hour off the pace. So we'll see how that impacts how this race goes. They're going to catch the next lap. Danny Bright through 3 and 4 going to try and get to the race lead as they catch lap traffic. Now to the bottom lane goes Keith Stevens in the 25 to the start-finish line. About halfway through this race, the second pack is running down this first pack. How's this going to go to turn 1? Squeezing, trying to get by lap trucks, but the trucks slowed up on the outside lane. The inside going to get going as Cameron and Rowan Cook block the outside. And now the inside moving, and the second pack has closed in. It's a tough break for Danny Bright, Oliver Galloway, Tim Randolph, Ray Sir, and Cynthia Bright. They've all been caught behind this lap traffic. And now the inside lane moving. The 20 of Mike Burrow going to get low. They're trying to at least. Trucks, they might wreck trying to get around. Oliver Galloway finds a hole down low. But trucks still getting held up, and that's a tough break for them. Up at the front of the field, they have caught more lap traffic. They're going to get by Steven Taylor as the front two are side by side. It's Keith Stevens and Greg Lee who are 1-2. And now, third on back, going to run down Steven Taylor in the turn. That's going to be interesting to see. Here comes Michael Sanders. But Trey Rainey on the outside, does he have a shot to get beside the 44 and get around? By the time the 44 slides up, though, the 18's not going to be there. And now the inside once again going to get going. And this is only slowing up third on back as the front two continue to pull away with 11 to go. Now, obviously, the only bad thing about being in the front two is that you don't really have any of the draft. These drivers back here, they're going to go a lot faster. They have more trucks. As look at Keyshawn Richardson and Trey Rainey, they have to get low right here. Trey's going to get down right there, blocking Richardson off. And now they're going to want to get to the bottom lane. They're going to do that nicely. So through 3 and 4, these two get side by side, and that's the opposite of what they want to have happen. 10 to go this time by. And that's 10 laps for that second pack to close on these front two. And then being side by side is only slowing them down, keeping them out of the draft. 10 to go here at Atlanta in the Pepsi 250. Greg Lee leads as Keith Stevens is second. Then third place on back are 3 wide in the draft, trying to run down. They are a few miles an hour faster each time by. And they're already closing in. You can see it visually. Down the backstretch, this big pack closing in about 2 miles, 3 miles an hour faster. As they go through 3 and 4, Stevens right back to the back bumper. The 14 Greg Lee through 3 and 4. Does Stevens make the move down low? Does he stay in line? 9 to go this time by. Stevens to the bottom with Greg Lee. Gets them side by side once again. And Cole Luigi and the others third on back. They're going to run them down in this draft to turn 1. Stevens going to try and clear Greg Lee. As they go through 1 and 2. These drivers back here about 6 to 7 miles an hour faster. As they're getting the draft now, the front 2. Down the backstretch, Max Rossi, second in points. Moving up. To the bottom lane goes Matt Hamill in the 7. Through 3 and 4. They have now run down the front 2. It's anyone's race inside this front pack now. Matt Hamill in the 7 to third. As they've now run down the front 2. Here comes Blake Peters. Michael Sanders to the bottom lane. As now for the lead, Greg Lee once again beside Keith Stevens to turn 1. They are side by side for this race lead. 3 wide further back. Cole Luigi up top. Falls back double file. Greg Lee in the 14 going to clear off the corner. And now to the bottom lane comes Blake Peters in the 19 down this backstretch. The 77 Michael Sanders. The 12 our points leader Ricky Miller is up in this front pack. He's up inside the top 5. He's right now currently scored 5th. He's going to get to 4th right here through the corner. Down the front stretch. 18 laps completed here at Atlanta. As for the lead, they're looking 3 wide, almost 4 wide. Great lead to the wall in the 14. That could have been big there, but he keeps out the trucks underneath them. Down low is our points leader, Ricky Miller. 3 wide to the point here at Atlanta. Big move there. Ricky Miller's going to move up, though. Here comes Oliver Galloway in the 00 to the bottom lane. 6 to go this time by Atlanta. The tire we're getting a lot bigger. You see the trucks have to lift a little bit more than they have been. Oliver Galloway going to get behind the 00. Anthony Hernandez now to the bottom lane. The 13 truck has the 00 moved up. Hernandez to the bottom. Luigi going to go to the middle in the 31. Down low, Matt Hamill in the 7. To turn 1. Lap trucks are ahead once again. It's the 50 and the 47. Once again, 30 miles an hour off pace, and they have 6 to go here at Atlanta. They're going to catch them down the backstretch. The bottom lane is going to get going. Matt Hamill flies on around contact. They're in the wall, and around goes Matt Hamill. The contact, he saves the truck. No yellow yet. We're still racing with 6 to go. A few get away. The whole pack slows. They're trying to get around these damn trucks. The 50, the 7 have slowed. Now some more trucks coming into the pack. Craziness here in Atlanta. It's what we expected, but this is over the top. Trucks trying to get around, trying to make sure yellow doesn't come out, because if one does come out, it's over. 5 to go in Atlanta, and it's going to be a battle between Trey Rainey and Keith Stevens. No one else is going to have a shot. Cole Luigi in third all by himself, and they have these drivers back here. Anthony Hernandez, Mike Burrow, Oliver Galloway, Matt Hamill. Could be slow, and he might be coming down pit road. Oh, they're wrecking in 3 and 4. Now the yellow flag will come out, and that is it. Keith Stevens is going to win here in Atlanta. That will end the race under the yellow flag, and it's over. Keith Stevens has won a wacky and controversial race here at Atlanta. Cynthia Bright, Riley Sparrow Tube, and Tim Randolph, one of them involved. It's going to be Keith Stevens to win the race back, and he's going to win as they have 3.5 to go, and they're spinning once again under the yellow flag. So we'll see what happens after the caution flag to end the race. The 47 Roland Cook slow in front of this field, and right here, truck's checking up. Blake Peters checking up. Racer doesn't. Gets in the back. He's a little too late checking up. Gets in the back of Blake Peters. Spins the 19 around right there into the pack. He goes, gets Tim Randolph, Cynthia Bright, the 84, Francis Dustin, Keyshawn Richardson, and then they all go sliding up hard into the outside wall. Here comes Rise 32 hard in the bottom lane. He's going to get hit right there. Around goes the 60. Others get by, but the yellow flag already out, and that ends the race early here under the yellow flag. It's going to be Keith Stevens to win here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Yeah, this was just craziness since that first yellow flag. It was honestly a pretty bad race overall, as we had lap trucks affect it. And of course, the crash under the yellow flag, and now this, which happened because of lap trucks again, just totally uncalled for, and a completely miserable race for these drivers. Keith Stevens is going to win here at Atlanta as long as he can coast around 2.5 more laps. They are entering turns 3 and 4, and it's going to be Keith Stevens to victory lane here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. He got out front at the right time as the yellow flag came out for a crash behind him, and now he is going to victory lane here in the Pepsi 250 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Trey Rainey right behind him in second. Rainey has been so great here at Atlanta in the past in the Pennzoil Truck Series. He got his first career Pennzoil Truck Series win here at Atlanta in season number 1. It's not going to happen for him here tonight. He's going to finish second to the number 25 of Keith Stevens, who comes down into the quad oval. He's going to win here at Atlanta. The Pepsi 250 belongs to Keith Stevens as he wins under the yellow flag. A wild race, a controversial race. We'll now go see the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Pepsi 250 Atlanta. 2 caution flags for 8 laps, 11 lead changes, 8 different drivers led this race. Keith Stevens led the most, 9 of 25 to get to victory lane. In second was Trey Rainey, Code Luigi third, Anthony Hernandez fourth, and Mike Burrow rounds out the top 5. Oliver Galway led 8 laps en route to a 6th place finish. Matt Hamill 7th, Michael Sanders 8th, Ricky Miller 9th. Our points leader keeps the points lead, rounding out the top 10, Max Rossi. There's our top 20. Pole leader Keyshawn Richardson finishes 11th here with some damage to that number 21 truck. Not many trucks escape this race without damage. Look down at the rest. 28 trucks finished the race on the lead lap. 30 finished it running. As now let's go look at the points. After 6 races, this is what the points standings look like. Ricky Miller still without a victory, but 4 top 10s has kept him in the points lead by 25 points over Cole Luigi, who's moved up to 2nd. Max Rossi is 3rd. 4th, Anthony Hernandez, and Greg Lee rounds out the top 5. Then we have Derek Bouchard in 6th, Oliver Galway 7th, Danny Bright 8th, Trey Rainey in 9th, and Jonathan Buford rounds out the top 10. There's our top 20. Keith Stevens, with that second win of the season, moves him up to 13th in the points, as Mike Burrow and Keith Stevens will now be the 2 wild cards. Burrow in 12th with a win, and Keith Stevens with his 2 wins in 13th. But other winners, Riley Ferry to been 18th with a win. He needs to move up or get another victory. As you look down here, Racer 25th with a win. After Daytona's really fallen off, we'll see if he could turn the season back around, try and get into the top 20 points and get a wild card. So we look ahead to race number 7, which will be held at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Mountain Dew 250. I'll see you guys then.